Welcome back to the NRL Fantasy Flog for another week.
Hey, welcome
Yeah.
back. It's been a couple of weeks, so it's good to be back.
Yeah. I don't know, did anything good happen when we were gone?
No, nothing good at all.
Nothing good? Nothing good?
So,
Nothing good?
well done to Rayner's Bludgers
Yes.
for their victory
They bludged out a victory.
over the Fruiterers last week. Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Yeah, I deserved it.
Put up some good scores there.
Yeah, we both did. It was
A couple of
Good round
pots. Yeah.
for the show.
Top 2 scores in all leagues
All leagues that we're
that
in.
we're in. So we'll have.
Well, technically, I'm in the Roosters thing as well, so I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Can't definitely say I was top 2 of that.
I was in the Tigers. I'm
Head-to-head leagues, yes, for
pretty
sure.
sure I was in the top 2 for the Tigers. Yeah, so we might we'll have a little look at that later and how we did that. Who knows?
Cool.
You'll have to excuse me for my red eye. I've got a bit of a red eye at the moment. It's a highly contagious eye infection, so no need to worry. You're on the other side of the camera. So what else is going on? I don't know.
Not much.
Lots
just,
to talk about.
Yeah, lots of injuries. People
Lots of
coming back from
injuries.
injury.
I've got so many injuries in my team this week.
Trades and stuff that people want to do.
So who did you bring in last week?
Last week, I brought in. Did I bring in Sorensen last week? Yeah, I did. Sorensen and Mitch Rain.
Yep.
And yeah, one was good and one was okay. And
Well, Sorensen made 66 grand or something like that, or something.
yeah, he
amazing.
made quite a bit. And he's got more to make.
Yeah, he got knocked out, which
Scored 70, so. Well, sorry, not Sorensen. Mitch Rain.
Rain.
I don't even care about Sorensen.
Yeah, Mitch Rain.
It's dead to me already.
Yeah, and I got Mitch Rain as well. I know it was a bit of a gamble getting Mitch Rain last week, considering the talk is Pete's could be back soon. But
Yeah.
he's clearly
He's scoring points, too.
yeah, playing 80 minutes.
It's not
scoring
just about
points.
making money.
And we'll talk a little bit about him through the show today.
Cool.
And my other trade was Dugan.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup.
Yeah.
Got a nice loophole option there now.
Oh, I can loophole 3 players. I've got 3 injuries. So anyway, we'll go through the
Nice.
injuries during the show.
So you never learn about Dugan, that he's always injured.
No, but that's the thing.
That's a joke for a reason.
That's the thing. He's always injured, but he usually rolls around on the ground for 10 minutes, acting like a pork chop.
Oh, and then plays the next week.
and then plays on, but he went off straight away, so I sort of knew it was serious. But anyway,
Yeah.
I've got money sitting in the centres now to do something with.
Cool.
All right, shall we get into the segments?
Yeah, I think so.
Apples and spuds.
Go for it. Golden apples and dirty spuds.
So I think last week, because we weren't on last week, we put up the apples and spuds sort of year-to-date results. Here's the top apples and top spuds. So I might just put a screenshot of that up now.
Yeah.
Was
Well,
that-
it's 1/3 of the way through the season. Round
Yeah.
8 out of 24.
So I'm thinking of giving you updates like that every third. But to go through the top performance of last week, the golden apples, I want to run through them fairly quickly today. There's a lot to get through. Oh, by the way, before we go on, and when we said congrats on your win, I know you were calling for no fruit buns this week. So in honour of your win, there won't be any fruit buns this week.
Yay!
All right. All the viewers will probably switch off now, but anyway, that's
Yeah.
all right. So golden apples, number 1, Martin Tapau. Joined the 100 club, 104 points, 62 minutes, 15 tackle busts.
I didn't see it, eh? I watched the game and
Insane.
thought he was okay.
Yeah, well, he was running around running around like that.
Yeah.
So and running sideways, and so look, that's how he got all these points.
Good on him.
Christian Welch, number 2, 79 points in 73 minutes. At lock, 40 tackles, 4 tackle busts. It's really good. I should point out the way that we've been scoring the apples and spuds for the top points for the team of the year. So how we've got it in banners. The first banner, if you're in the top 2, you get 3 points. If you're in the next 4, you get 2 points, and if you're in the last 4, you get 1 point. So
Ruan Sims said that Coruscant gets 1 point as well.
Yeah, I was actually going to make a joke about.
Oh, sorry. Steamrolled ya.
The apples and spuds being, arguably the awards show with the most integrity and consistency. And
You can still say that.
obviously, everyone knows. Well, you should know the Ruan Sims story now with the Daily M's. She came out through the week and said she did the wrong thing and stepping down and everything, but she didn't really say like how she did it. I think we all know that. I think it was based on the stats that she.
No.
Well, didn't Moses get the most try assists or something? I think it was try assists or something, or points, or whatever. Mana got the most run meters and Appy got the most tackles in the game.
Yeah, but Appy also missed 7.
Well, that's the thing. I think.
Yeah, she probably just looked at it and bang, bang, bang.
Well, that's what we're thinking, but she didn't say that. But that's the thing about the Daily M's. I mean, there's a lot of people. It's so subjective. So what's not to say that she doesn't value stats? So
yeah, but that's not the way that it's meant to work.
It's not meant to work like that.
You're meant to judge it off watching a football game
Yeah,
live.
live. That's the thing. Yeah, but and I wish she obviously didn't do. I think if she does value stats that much, she might be the new face of fantasy football next year. But anyway, we'll continue on. We're up to number 3.
Yeah, you went through the first 2.
Went through them really quick. Josh Addo-Carr, another Melbourne Storm player, 74. Another 2 tries, which he's been doing for a few weeks now.
Origin.
Yeah, and talking about Origin as well. Number 4, Manu Ma'u, 74. The try against the Tigers, a heap of tackles as well. Number 5, Jai Arrow.
Yeah.
He actually moves to the top of the Golden Apples now. He'll be the number 1 Golden Apple after this round. He got 73 in 56 minutes. Looked like he was gone halfway through the game.
His back keeps playing up, but he'll be right.
He'll be right. Corey Oates, 73 with another try and a heap of tackle busts. He moves up to 4 points overall in the Golden Apples. Number 7, 7 and 8, couple of hookers doing really good stuff. Havili, 72. Well done if you
didn't put him on the bench.
held him. Yeah, you had him on the bench still, not playing. So
cost me 40 points.
Yeah, you could have got like a 960 last week. So
bullshit. Rookie mistake.
But that's the problem.
Ricky Stewart's fault.
That's Ricky Stewart's fault, 100%. And then Mitch Rain, who we mentioned before, 70. Another try, heap of tackles. Matt Eisenhuth at number 9. Pretty solid for the Tigers at lock there, although he's not locked this week.
Not this week.
68 points, 49 tackles. And Ben Hunt, continuing to do good things. He got 68. He got like 545 kick meters.
Yeah, he's obviously the dominant kicker there, so
yeah, which
good stuff for him.
Well, he hasn't been. They've been sharing it, but anyway. So he moves up to 5 points overall in the Golden Apples too. Dirty Spuds, the number 1 player. Number 1 and 2 have they're outright first and second in the Spuds this year. Keely Uarte at number 1 and Matthew Wright at number 2. I found it funny through the week. I think Uarte did an interview and journalists were calling them disgraceful or whatever. I mean, the whole Jackson Hastings thing and after their
culture.
Yeah, and after their performance or whatever, the week before, I think, when they got dusted by Parramatta. That was the week before, wasn't
it?
Yeah. Yeah, he was upset that they were calling him disgraceful, but I think he's been disgraceful all year, to be honest, and I think he was just using that as an excuse to cover up his own shit form.
No, the thing is, problems at Manly goes further than people's form.
Yeah. Well, I think Uarte needs to worry about that first. And anyway, Matt Wright, I think Matthew, he got head knock as well, or concussion or something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Every second week.
But he's been crap as well. So, number 3, Elliott.
Got through half a game. Anyway,
Elliott, 11. Number 4, Jacob Little from the Tigers, 11, 32 minutes, 5 missed tackles. He's been dropping now.
Yeah, good.
Number 5, the Don, Anthony Don, 12 points. He moves up to 3rd outright on the Dirty Spuds now. Number 6, Kevin Nagama. He joins the list on the overall spuds as well. He got 14. Richie Kenner, number 7. A lot of people still own him, 17%. He got an injury, got 14 points. Didn't get much involvement before that injury. We'll talk a little bit about him later. Godinay, the other half of the hooking situation at the Tigers. He is also in the spuds this week. He got 14.
He'll get 80 this week, though, so 80 minutes, not points.
Yeah, 3 missed tackles, 2 penalties. Denny Fualalo, 14 in 39 minutes for the Dogs, 6 missed tackles, 1 error. And number 10, Tony Williams, is gone for the season.
Yep, unlucky.
Not without making the spuds list, though. He got 14 points in 40 minutes.
Was it his third ACL? Jeez.
Yeah, something like that. Not too sure. Anyway, that's the apples and spuds, and like I said, we'll try and update you on the overall list every now and then, so you don't have to follow along the daily M's.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cool.
Right, let's get stuck in. Next segment.
Ins and outs and stuff.
Ins and outs and stuff.
Not feeling it today.
We usually do it back to front.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, first game of the round. The Broncos and Bulldogs up at Suncorp Thursday night.
Yeah, Broncos have got McCulloch in, a hooker, Maguire's out injured. That's pretty much it.
So Macca's back well before he was meant to be.
They still have Nick Ream on the bench, so
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine he'll play 80 minutes coming back this early.
who knows?
They've got a lot of issues with at hooker. Obviously, Maguire gone.
Yeah.
But even Nick Ream said he's not an 80-minute hooker. So, and obviously Sam Thaiday not an option. So, I don't know if they've rushed him back or if he's actually right to go. But
Well, it was just an elbow, so
yeah,
as long as you can tackle.
yeah. So he's 814k, break even 82. If you've got him, he's just a hold for the season, unless there's a season-ending injury.
No, he'd be good anyway. Even with the one arm, he'd be good.
So hopefully he doesn't play 80. Hopefully he drops a bit of value, and is a good pickup in 3-4 weeks or so. When he gets back to 80 minutes. Maguire's in 9% of teams. He's himself.
Well, how long is he out for?
4 to 6.
Yeah, you could hold him if you wanted to, but
Nah, he's not that good.
yeah, true.
But it is good for TPJ and Sewer.
You would think, but who knows? Way better.
Yeah.
And minutes. I don't think it'll change TBJ's minutes because Macca will play close to 80. What he doesn't play, Nicarima will cover. And
Yep. So he played 49 minutes last week, TPJ, 44 points.
and people getting pumped about Payne Haas. It's not going to affect him at all. He'll still get 15 minutes.
Yeah. He's in a few teams already, though. 5% of teams.
I think because he was
like
base price. Like he was flat.
people just enjoying the hype.
He was one of those autofill guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think people actually brought him in, to be honest. Just, I don't know. Anyway.
I'll check the stats later of where he was at after round 2 and 3.
Yeah. So TPJ, 497, break even 30, average 37. If you've got him, obviously hold, but he's not a buy, I don't think.
No.
Jaden Sewer, also benefiting, got the starting role last week, 41 points, pretty handy. All in base stats pretty much too.
Yeah.
406 grand, break even 6. Have people missed the boat?
Yes.
Ready?
Too late to buy him. He's not putting up big enough numbers that you need him in your team. So you only want him for cash, and he's already made quite a bit.
If he plays another 4 weeks starting, you may even start when Maguire comes back, because I don't think they want to start with Sims. And Gillette's still out for a while. I reckon he's still an option to buy. I don't know. 406 grand. Could still quite make some money.
Make some, but like I said, you're not even confident playing him every week. His scores haven't been huge.
Not yet, but I think he can average 40 in the next few weeks.
Who knows?
Anyway, might disagree there. Corey Oates, top scorer last week was 73, as we mentioned. Pretty inconsistent though. So
Yeah, wingers are.
the games where he scored a try, he's got 55, 70, 73, heap of tackle busts. The games where he didn't have tries, 7, 14, 26. So
Yeah, that's why you can't have him in your team. He's just because you'll play him and he'll score a 7, and
yeah, don't chase those points.
yeah,
Look elsewhere. James Roberts. Nah, don't worry about James Roberts. Pay a bit more and get the best. Asako, he's priced probably about right.
yeah. Like
25. I don't think he's.
I don't think you don't need to sell him. You wouldn't buy him. You don't need to sell him.
No, but I think we
He
mentioned
could still get a good game, kick some goals and score a try and kick off some more price rises. But he's one of those guys that people have him in the centres just because they don't have any others.
Well, that's the thing. I'm gonna probably hold him on my bench just as a backup because of lack of options and willingness to spend money.
Yeah.
So.
And who knows with injuries and stuff at the moment. So you don't want to be getting rid of guys you don't really need to.
Yep. Lodge, on the other hand.
Yep, sell him.
Get rid of him. Yeah.
Sell him last week.
Well, if you haven't already sold him, you should have already. He's still in 18% of teams. Break even 47 now. And he played 24 minutes last week, not because of his ribs. I think Bennett said it was form.
Yeah, that's the thing. Bennett just whatever he feels at the time with his forwards, which is another reason why it's hard to pick him.
Yeah. Jack Bird. Going terrible.
Is he still playing footy?
That first game was an anomaly. So, anyway, that's all I got for the Bronx.
Yeah, not much.
Dogs.
Yeah. Clay Priest is in for Eastwood on the bench. And there's rumours around that Leash is going to drop out and JMK will go to hooker and Frawley will go into the halves.
I think it's more than a rumour because Leisha didn't travel with them. So
it was reportedly spotted at Belmore when the rest of the team had already flown to Brisbane. So
yeah,
obviously they're playing first, so you'll know before the round kicks off.
Yeah, and that's a good sign for JMK probably.
Yeah, he'll just get plenty of tackles in the middle playing hooker. I don't think he'll get much more attacking stats, but his defence is solid, so he'll get a good 40 tackles.
Yeah.
40 points, and...
So it's a bit of a kick in the teeth for Leisha. I don't know if he's been used as a scapegoat again, but I think Dean Pay just wants to...
He hasn't looked good.
He doesn't look great, but...
Well, everyone had the big thing that once Des Hasler was gone, he was going to be able to show his true form and run a lot more. But he still looks
he's done that in a couple of games
and unfit, and
yeah,
maybe it's just Leisha, you know.
He's not getting. Well, last week I think Holland came on at hooker, so it's not just he's not doing things consistently. So that's why I think Pay's getting a bit shitty with him. I don't know. Josh Jackson top score last week was 60.
No one cares.
Nah, look elsewhere. RFM 45.
Just hold him for as long as you can, I would think.
Yeah, still making money, averaging 50. Could he be a keeper?
He's one of those borderline guys that if you get stuck with him, it's not the worst thing. So
yeah,
just hold on to him for as long as you can.
Yeah, definitely.
And upgrade elsewhere.
Mboy 38, and he's wasn't terrible 38. He's 619k, average 44, break even 43. Don't think he's a buy.
No, he's a handy player to have because he's dual position and that, but
yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of mates were talking about selling him, but I think just
I wouldn't sell him either.
Hold him. Woods and Clemmer. No. Look elsewhere.
Hopefully Origin looks elsewhere too.
Well, Clemmer's been okay.
Yeah, no, he's a dickhead.
That's true. But New South
He's
Wales
been playing alright, but like
dickheads. So.
I don't know. Well, I sort of lost it at the end of the last game.
Yeah.
So.
That's all I got for the Dogs.
Yeah, there's not much else.
Going
Broncos at home, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Hopefully Asako get some points.
With McCulloch back too, I think they'll just feel better. So
should people play Asako? Probably not if you can avoid it. You might not have an option.
No, I wouldn't rush him to play. But having said that, he'll probably put up 45.
Yeah. So if you've got a lot of people have Latrell or Aiken and Hiku or something like that.
Well, it's a 50-50 between him and Hickey to play.
Right, yeah.
So I mean, either way.
Yep, cool.
So if you feel like you might get a try, then stick him on.
Cool. Against the Dogs, there's a chance. The chance they could get a heap of points and he gets a heap of goals as well.
Maybe.
All right, next game.
Next
game. Knights and Souths. Donald Jones Stadium.
Yeah.
Friday
Knights,
night.
sorry. Yeah, Knights are unchanged after a fairly good win.
Yeah, without Pearce it was, I suppose. They proved to people they can still win. It was against Manly though, so. Cogger.
Cogger basically did all the kicking, so he got 200 and something, 70 something kick meters maybe. Probably wrote
66.
down. Yeah.
266.
Yeah,
21 tackles.
so that's 13 points straight up. And then...
Yeah, it was all base stats, 33. So...
Yeah, but that's the problem. I mean, that's all he's going to get. I don't see... He didn't really take much of the lead in attack. It all went through... Kellen Ponga, actually, did a lot of the attacking.
Yeah, so it's probably what he's going to average, you would imagine, around 35 maybe. But, so
Mid to low 30s.
I think he'll make money, but it's going to be real slow. I think I think he's a little bit better than Croker as a sort of cashy. Is he a buyer?
If you're looking to downgrade someone for cash and so bringing in another guy to make money, I mean, you could bring him in, but if you don't need to, I wouldn't bother.
No.
You're not using him to score points, so
he's a downgrade option and will make money slowly. So
when you're going to run out of spots on your bench with all these guys that aren't quite good enough to play, but are going to make some money.
Yeah.
But like if you got someone like Lachlan Croker, you want to get rid of.
Yeah, maybe.
You downgrade him a little bit to Croker because you won't be able to get much else for Croker.
No.
Or you just hold the trade.
Yep. Connor Watson, a good return. It's probably timely.
Yeah, but
395k, rate game 15. He got 54 with a try save and a few tackle busts. He missed a heap of tackles too. He's a bit more of a risk, I think, at that price.
yeah, but the opposite of that is that without Pearce around, the responsibility is going to fall on him to do a lot of attacking.
So Newcastle.
There's every chance he'll get a lot of the ball.
I reckon Newcastle result last week is not going to continue.
No, well, they were playing against Manly, which has been one of the worst teams going around at the moment. So
I don't think Watson's a buy anyway.
No.
Herman Esiesi, 66 last week, was really good. Pretty solid. 39 tackles, 178 metres. Tackle bust, 614k, average 44. Probably look elsewhere then.
Yeah.
If you want to forward.
He stood up quite well as one of their leading forwards.
Yep.
But there's other better options around.
Yeah. It's sort of that sort of middle price. You don't want to be bringing those guys in now.
No, because you'll probably end up having to upgrade again later.
Yeah, exactly. So just go straight to a keeper or downgrade to the bottom.
Yeah.
Slade, still making money.
Yeah, ever since I traded him, he's been getting better and better.
You only traded him last week, did you?
No, a week before.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Break even 26.
Yeah. That's what I mean. He's put up to over 50 scores.
Yeah. He's a hold, but he's not a buy. So.
No, I wouldn't buy him, but he's another one too. Without Pearce there, he's done a little bit more kicking out of dummy half, and
we got a try last week, which helped.
While ever Levi's not on the bench, he remains a good option. So hold him if you got him.
Yep. And
just keep riding the wave.
Guerra, 40. It's a little bit lower than his normal. 723, average 50, break even 53. I think if you're desperate for a 50-point player,
Nah.
I actually don't mind him as an option. We've been mentioning him every show pretty much as a 50-point player.
I think the Pearce factor comes into there as well, though. He's no longer got Pearce inside him as a... So he can't run off him with short balls and stuff. So it's going to affect his ability to get over the line. And I see Watson dummying to him a lot more and just trying to run it himself.
Yeah.
I think there's other better options than Guerra, to be honest, for that kind of price.
Keep an eye on it. I actually don't mind him as an option. He hasn't got a high ceiling though, so.
Yeah.
The Ross dog on his first try of the year. That's it.
About time. Yeah.
Don't need to say anything else about him. He's not a ball or anything. Just wanted to mention it.
Winger.
Cool. That's all I got for the night.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They're pretty boring, aren't they? It's not their fault.
Ponga's
I know.
not boring. Ponga's the number
Ponga,
one.
Ponga, I'll go back to Ponga. If you don't have Ponga, you should really get him in.
Yeah, well, you should.
You're late to the party, but
But he's the number one option for fullback.
he keeps putting up massive scores,
Yeah.
and if you can't, like, he's clearly better than all the other fullbacks, so you're losing ground.
He's like number
every week.
4 or 5 overall in fantasy, so which
Yeah.
is pretty good for a fullback. So.
Yeah, number one fullback, clearly.
Yep. Cool.
Yep.
South.
South, Kennar's out, injured, and so Campbell Graham comes in on the wing, and that's about it. Not too much there.
So, Kenner, was talk about him missing the whole season, but it could be just 1 or 2 weeks now.
Who knows?
I think regardless of how many weeks he's out, he's a sell.
So,
Yeah, just get rid of him. 382, break even 34, especially if you've got like a Zarko as well as a centre.
yeah, you
backup.
can't. It's hard to really have both.
He's made his money now.
Well, he only makes money, Kenner, from tries.
Yep.
So you got to wait for him to come back, and then you got to hope that he scores tries,
Yeah.
which he did fairly regularly. But
Did he?
well, he did a couple of
A
games.
couple of games, yeah. That's the problem.
And,
Because I have him, and I know it was frustrating. I never played him once, I don't think.
I mean, if you can afford to hold him on your bench for a while,
Yeah.
you go for it. But
Yeah. But I've got a Zarko and Kenner and Hiku.
if you're looking for someone to move on to open up a slot, then
Yeah.
he's a prime candidate.
So it could be an easy downgrade to a Cogger or another wing fullback that we might talk about later.
Okay.
oh,
Not
yeah.
who you're talking about.
Okay. Cam Murray, back from injury. 31.
Yeah, well, yeah, what did I write about Cam Murray?
His minutes were down a little bit, which is probably to be expected.
They weren't really. He got 54 minutes.
54? Sure, I wrote 47.
Well, he went off at the 34th minute and came back on at the 60th minute.
Yeah, that's 54 minutes.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. No, it's not really important. He,
Got different stats. That's it. That's very important.
well, I don't know what the official stats were when they wrote him on the actual.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about him, though.
That's right. I was watching the game, so unless I missed it, confused him for someone else.
I think his points and minutes will go back up.
Uh,
Or minutes and points.
My only concern with Murray is Burgess is due back next
Yep.
week,
Yeah.
and with the other Burgess boys playing fairly well in the front row together.
Yep.
Yeah, who knows what they're going to do if they just pop him back to the bench for a bit.
Yeah. He's not. I don't think he's a sell, though, if you've got him. If you
No,
hold-
he's
if you-
definitely not a sell.
If you held him for this
Well,
long,
his break even still fairly low, so
yeah, 43, so it's achievable.
yeah.
Yeah, so just hold for now.
He's one that I sold, and I'm not regretting it, but
Yep.
I still think there's an option to bring him back in later. If it's going to depend on how their team plays out in the next few weeks.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. Adam Reynolds going quite good at the moment. Another 50 odd. 621k, break even 32, averaging 41. I think he's a little underpriced. If you think he can keep getting 50, I don't think he's a horrible option at that price.
Yeah, he's been good in the past,
Yeah.
fantasy-wise. Not quite the best, but he's been up around there.
Yeah, so DCE, Johnson, Madison, Hunt are probably ahead of him, but, if you think he's going to get back to it, come on, have a crack. But he gets injured quite often.
Yeah,
too.
he does. Yes, that's his biggest knock.
Crichton keeps shredding dollars, not at a fast rate, but he's averaging 51, break even 59, so 80k. Could be a buy in a week or two, I reckon, if you're after
Yeah,
that. I don't know. I'm looking.
he
at
hasn't quite hit the heights
No,
of last year. He's not
hasn't.
hitting the tries quite as much as last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, obviously he's a 50-point player. So if you bring him in, you're not going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's whether you can find the money.
Yep.
And you can always look at other guys for that kind of cash as well.
Yep. It's not a bad option though.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Nichols and Totola, obviously going okay without Surges there. But I think they need one more big score this week.
Yeah, Nichols is probably going to get hurt the most when Burgess is back.
Yeah, Totola's minutes haven't changed a whole lot. But...
Nah, he doesn't get a lot anyway.
So come on, because I've got Nichols. Just want one more big score before Surges comes back. And then he's just selling a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
Yep.
I'm going Rabbits.
Yeah, I'll go Rabbits too. I just don't see the Knights putting up enough points.
Yeah. Cool. Move on.
I actually liked Rabbits a lot this year.
Yeah.
My tip for this week is to captain Damien Cook.
Okay. Wow, that's way out there.
I know. I've got to be conservative with my captain's choices at the moment.
So
It's been letting me down a lot.
last week was the only week that
We played captain last week in my team and didn't quite get
so
the same as everyone else. So.
don't captain him.
No, I think he'll be right this week. That's my
Okay.
point.
Yeah, I think out of dummy half against the Knights forward pack, could be some good points there.
Yeah.
Panthers and the Cowboys out at Carrington Park. Ooh, on Friday. Friday night. Well, that'll be cold.
Where's Carrington Park?
Out west somewhere, I imagine.
Fair enough. Yeah, so Tyrone Phillips comes in on the wing to replace
Tyrone Phillips
yeah.
or Tyrone
Phillips.
Tyrone Phillips? Yeah.
Sorry, what did I say? Tyrone Phillips.
I'm thinking of someone else.
With Tenny Lesniak's gone to fullback because Edwards is out injured, and Egan drops out of the squad because Wallace is back in hooker.
Is that his name? Tyrone Phillips?
Tyrone Phillips is the guy who used to play at Canterbury and now he plays at Penrith.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about the other website that had Tyrone Roberts.
Yeah, that's right.
like-
This website's right. Can I just
Yeah.
say shout out to Zero Tackle? You got the right name.
Someone wrote the wrong name on another website.
Yeah.
But, no, Tyrone Phillips used to be the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
And
sorry.
he's a winger.
My apologies.
And
Don't buy him though.
no, yeah, not. Who knows? But Yo switches back to the centre, and Hawira and Naira goes back to the edge,
Yeah.
second row, and I don't know why they didn't do that anyway.
I haven't got much to talk about here. I think
What do you think of with Tenny Lesniak as a fullback now?
could potentially
Because Edwards is gone for the
season. So it could be set for some bigger scores, but he's got a couple of 30s in his couple of games back recently from injury, so they haven't been terrible. He's 390k with break even 21. I think he's just to keep an eye on at the minute.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be a keeper. So
I think he's played there before, like last year, and
Yeah.
Wasn't that impressive.
if you can average
Fantasy-wise.
if you can average 40, there might be some value, but just keep an eye on. That's my thoughts.
Yep, cool.
Steady as she goes for Maloney, JFH, and Kikau.
Yep,
So
they're all
going
just
good.
ticking along.
Yep.
Kikau played a few minutes at centre last week
Yep.
when there was a few injuries, reshuffles,
Yeah.
and what a mistake that was. Although I'm disappointed that he's not going to get dual position out of it.
Oh, how good would that be? He has played. Didn't he play centre there a couple of weeks back as well?
Nah,
Doesn't matter.
not on purpose.
Peachy hit a 56, but has been far too inconsistent to be looking at.
Yeah,
And I hear Cleary's confirmed to come back in round 11.
yeah, a
A few
couple of
rounds
weeks.
time, so probably just in time for Origin.
Yeah, so keep an eye on Maloney and his break even around that time because you might have to move him on pretty quickly then.
That's all I got for the
Yeah,
Panthers.
Cowboys are unchanged after last week.
Another loss. The biggest news from the Cowboys though is the return of Sean Fensom, one of the most loved fantasy.
Formerly fantasy favourite, but
Yeah, but I still love him. Yeah, not so much fantasy relevant anymore, but we all have fond memories. So he got 28 in 32 minutes, 26 tackles, 60 odd metres, just
that's all he is. He's a tackle machine.
hitting it up, taking tackles. What a good bloke. Just give the man 70, 80 minutes again.
Yeah, he did miss a tackle for a try though, so sort of doesn't look great.
Okay.
I'm not interested in the Cowboys at all, to be honest.
Taumalolo, 61
He's good,
in
but-
57 minutes. So he's put 3 really good scores together. I don't think he's looked great. He's looked okay. He's starting to look like the Taumalolo of old, I think. So he got 8 tackle busts, 162 metres last
I'm
week.
still not sold on him though. I think teams have figured out that he's the main go-to man.
He is.
And the ones that put a lot of they put a lot of effort into tackling him.
Yep.
And if they get it right, it's going to affect his ability to bust tackles and score big scores. But he keeps doing it. So if you got him, yay for you. But
I'm going to put it out there. I think this week he's going to get another 80 plus.
80 plus
Yep.
against Penrith.
I think James Fisher-Harris is going to miss about 12 tackles.
I do agree with that. He'll come out of the line quite a bit.
So I reckon he could be a buy. I reckon he's a buy this week if you've got the cash. Get him. I think he could be back. And this
I
week
would
in
just
particular.
wait. I mean,
I'm going to say...
it's a lot of money.
Did I say 80 plus? I'm going to say closer to 100.
100.
just to stab in the dark.
Jeez.
I wonder if that's going to influence anyone buying him. Probably not.
What if I said he's going to get under 50?
No one will believe you.
Under 50.
Okay. JT, speaking of under 50s, he got 46 last week, so a few forced dropouts, a few kick meters, try assist, but a long way from turning it around still, and turning the cows around.
Yeah, don't even.
Yeah.
No one cares about this anymore.
Nah.
Do they?
Cohen Hess, 37 last week, bit lower than normal, averaging 52, 765k. Could be going down in price, but his range is like from 30 to 80, so probably
Yeah.
not for me.
It just depends on how the Cowboys are going. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So who are you going in this game?
Who am I going? Oh.
Could go either
No,
way.
I'd have to go Panthers. The Cowboys just look miserable.
Yep, agree.
They're still not in good form.
Yeah, I think out at Carrington Park, Panthers love playing there. So.
Don't get me started on Carrington Park, mate.
We'll go the Panthers. Let's move on to arguably the match that
The
everybody's going
rematch.
to watch. Canberra v Titans at GIO Stadium on the early game Saturday.
Yeah. The Raiders are unchanged.
All right, so it's all about Havili at the Raiders.
Yep.
There's really no one else to talk about. You still got lots of price rises to come. If you don't have him, I think the break even of 5 might be tempting, but don't forget who the coach is. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
It's a lottery.
yeah.
How many
he went
minutes?
from playing 26 minutes
Yeah.
the week before to playing a good 70 minutes. And he looks good. They look good when he's on, and they've recently shifted Papali into the middle as well.
Yep.
I thought that was to counter Tamalolo last week,
Yep.
but they're sticking with that. Obviously, it seemed to work.
Yeah. Well, they
Short up
posted,
their middle a bit,
posted the best 2 scores.
and
last week.
against Titans middle, arguably their best players are their middle forwards. So
Yep.
that'll be a good matchup. Having said that, I don't think that game will be any good.
No. I heard, I think Sam Williams could be back as soon as next week. So they may end up playing Harbours back at hooker soon. So he's not a buy, even though he's going quite well. Well,
Yeah.
provided he gets the minutes, but that's the thing.
It's the whole thing with that team. This week, I'll probably expect a bit more out of Canberra's backs. Kotrick and like Leilua and Rapana and that against the Titans.
Yep.
They've got them. They clearly got a better sort of back 5. I won't say clearly, but dudes like Brendan
I'll
Elliott
say clearly.
on the other team. I mean,
Half
they-
of it, yeah. Anthony Don, Dirty Spud. Brendan Elliott, Dirty Spud.
yeah. So I think they'll
Shifted out wide. Yeah.
target Elliott quite a bit with Leilua and Rapana out there, and
Sounds good.
Canberra put on some points.
In saying that, they don't buy any of the Canberra backline.
No,
Um,
not yet.
Not yet.
Wait till the end of the season if
Wait
they
till
start playing good.
They got to win more games. there's no one really else to talk about. I think Dynamis Louis got 20%, 21% of owners.
It's because he was cheap.
So, yeah, I think he got a couple of games where he had 40, 50 minutes and low break evens, but I don't think he's got much more to make. He's only 304k, which is sad if you've got him.
Yeah,
Anyway.
It is what it is.
Titans
pretty much, the only change they've got is Simpkins is in on the bench for Boyle.
So is that a worry for Mitch Rayner?
Nah.
You're going to Rain still for 80?
Yeah, I think he's still good for 80. I mean,
he's been one of their best players the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and his performance hasn't dropped off at the end of the game. He's still been solid. Like, he scored fairly late on too, which is good signs for him.
Yep. So, Mitch Rain...
I think Cartwright in the halves didn't work last week, but they're going to stick with it.
Yeah, I think...
He just needs to run more. Why doesn't he run? He's as big as Ryan James. He's as tall as Ryan James, and he weighs the exact same amount. Well, he did earlier in the season as Ryan James.
I think
Why doesn't he run like Ryan James?
He's not Ryan James.
Just fly him around. Or we can just go, just act
even,
like what he does.
He's not even Bryce Cartwright. I suppose if you didn't sell him like a few weeks ago when you should have, just hold now and be happy that he's starting. But I don't like Cartwright. 27% of teams do though.
I don't know that they like him. I think they bought him early and just can't get rid of him.
But that game against the Sharks was a pretty low scoring game too. So
yeah, it was wet weather, so you get that. But
could be some points in this game. So
it's going to be a cold afternoon in Canberra.
Yeah,
it's going to be miserable.
But against Canberra, I like his chances a bit better than the Sharks. So anyway, what we were saying, Mitch Rain, 495k, break even 14. I mentioned before that it was borderline buy last week. This week's is it even more borderline?
You can't really bring him in.
So
like
his break even negative 14. If he gets another 70 this week, he makes 100 grand.
Well, in that case,
that's best case scenario. And
you're looking at 50 points. So just say 50 points, he still makes a solid 70k.
Yeah. And if Pete's isn't back next week, he puts on another 50 to 60k. And then there could be a couple of weeks where he plays a few more minutes, so Pete gets eased back in.
Or he could get a HIA in the first 5 minutes.
That's the thing. There's a lot of ifs there. It's a lot of ifs. I think that's a tough one. If you haven't got him, you may have borderline missed out. I don't know.
I mean, if you can burn a trade, you'll make money still. You'll get to trade again or figure out in the next 2 weeks.
He's got a good relationship with Brennan. And I just hope Brennan realises he is a better fantasy player than Pete's.
When Pete's comes back, is there a guarantee that he starts straight away?
No, there's no guarantee. Well, that's what a few people, I think CK was saying.
Is not horrible.
That's what I'm saying. Hooker. That's what I'm saying. He's not. He's great. He needs to realise that he's better.
And even Pete's coming off the bench would add a bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm hopeful.
That's. I think this is the problem. I think he's still got at least 150k in him, but there's a few ifs there.
Yeah, there's a lot of risk involved.
So I'm not telling you to buy him or do whatever.
Just hold the trades. You don't need to use all your trades this early in the season.
Okay.
Says the guy who's max trades just about.
Yeah. Ryan James was the other one. Oh, Arrow. Before we get to Ryan James, Arrow is now the third best fantasy player overall, behind Cook and Johnson. Obviously, number one front row forward and second row forward. 830k, break even 33. You really should have him.
Yeah, if he stays fit, he's going to be a keeper front row forward that everyone's going to have by the end of the season.
Yeah.
And every week you don't have him is weeks that you're missing out on good points.
Yep. Ryan James, 50 points. He's got back-to-back 50s now. 654k, break even 36. There's a little bit of value there if he can, again, if he's one of those players, if he can get back to his form, keep averaging 50, there's a little bit of value there, not a bad option. But you have to, if you think that will happen, get on him.
I don't. I think there's just better options around.
That's all I got for now.
Yeah.
Go Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders for sure. I think the Raiders have put on quite a few points this week.
Cool.
So will Titans, but
Yeah.
Raiders will edge that game.
All right, let's move over to Mount Smart at. I think I stuffed that up when I said it last week. So that's
okay.
The Saturday middle game.
Yeah, Warriors have got heaps of
Warriors
changes. Tohu Harris and Johnson and Carter are back from injury, and Gave, whatever, and Carl Lawton's on the bench.
So the Cavalry's returned.
So Mason Lino drops out, Gelling's out, Justin Vunga's got a shoulder injury, Albert Vette's dropped, and Vuna's dropped as well.
Because they got towed up last week, like really badly by the Storm.
Yeah, but if you're going to lose a game, I mean, why not just lose that one?
Anzac Day. Ooh, not that one.
Against the Red Hot Storm team.
Yeah, well, that's true. So Mannering got his 80 minutes in the second row.
Yeah, I didn't write a lot for them. It was a pretty
43
abysmal
points.
effort, so...
728k, break even 60, so his price is still dropping.
Yeah.
I know people are talking about picking him up when he's bottomed out, but he's got to post some good scores as well, so don't forget that.
I'd wait for him not to bottom out, but to actually rise again after
Yeah.
putting on at least 2 good scores.
Yep. RTS got his first decent score since round 3. He's dropped 160k in the last 4 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
He's certainly not a buy at the moment, though.
No.
Peter Hiku.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much peaked now at 459k.
Well, he hasn't scored a try since Sean Johnson hasn't been there.
Yeah.
So now that Johnson's back, hopefully you can run off him again and
Yep.
kick off some more price rise, at least some decent scores. I know you'll make more money, but just some decent scores to keep him in your centres.
Yep.
I wouldn't sell him. I've got him.
Definitely
I'm
hold.
holding him just
Definitely
Because-
hold. Yeah. And I think, I'd probably play him above Zarko and stuff like that. Unless you've already got a decent centre and you're going to upgrade your other one to Latrell or Aiken, pretty much that's about it. But don't waste the trade.
no.
Isaac Luke was having a good run.
We got injured, so there was talk of him being out for a while, but he got named. So I wouldn't be surprised if he drops out and they bring in someone like Sam Cook.
You still got him?
No, I got rid of him. No, that was a gamble that didn't pay off long ago.
So yeah, he won't play. Isaac Luke won't play.
I don't know that he won't play, but he won't play. I'm not a doctor, but he won't play.
Okay.
Tigers. Elijah Taylor's back in. Twil's back in on the bench. So Little's out. Dropped. Yeah, and Grant's dropped out as well.
Looks like Gordon will play 80 this week.
Yeah.
As I said before.
Got an A for 80 minutes, which I don't know.
No, don't worry about that though. Don't
It
think
is
about
what it
that.
is.
I think the talk here is all about Mahe Fanua
Yep.
holding his spot above Mateni Zalesniak.
He looks better just because he runs hard. He looks more of a threat in attack.
Yeah, he's a big fella
And
he's been
Gets
carving up
stuck in.
ISP. I don't think he's going to get the same run meters and tackle busts as ISP, obviously, but he looks dangerous. Got a good
looks to get involved a lot
good
too.
offload. Yes.
That's why he got promoted from ISP. He's putting up a lot of runs and a lot of tackle busts and
So this
basically
is
work rate. So
this is the guy I was talking about before to downgrade to. 251k, break even of 1. Got 36 last week. The try assist, line break assist, couple of tackle busts, couple of offloads. So it looks like a promising, a buy to me. Hopefully he holds the spot.
yeah, that's the only concern is whether he holds his spot and whether you want another wing fullback in your team.
Well, I think he's not a bad downgrade anyway from Kenner or Croker or something like that. And it's probably a trade I'm going to make this week. I'm going to give him a crack, just because he looks dangerous.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping because, we'll talk about Corey Thompson in a minute. He's almost peaked as well. I'm hoping that Mahe Fanua can post similar scores And I'll just put Fanua into my back line, and
Oh,
because there's a bit of money, in Corey Thompson, and I could use that as turn him into a forward or something like that. A bit of strategy there. Anyway,
Yeah.
well, let's talk about Corey Thompson then. He got 38 last week with a try. His break even's 33, so a little bit more money to make maybe.
Yeah, there's not. I don't know. He seems to score better when he's on the wing.
Yeah.
He just doesn't quite get the tackle busts and that. Maybe it's just a bad few weeks, who knows? But
Well, the Tigers have had a bad few weeks, so maybe that's coincided.
that's true. That's true.
I don't see it getting better this week, to be honest. So
Well, against the Warriors, they're usually fairly open games. And
there's points
you get
on
a lot of
offer.
opportunity to run the ball.
Yeah, there's points on offer, but
I'd stick with him though.
yep, I'm gonna stick with him, but I'm probably gonna get Fanua as well this week.
He's one of those guys that you might want to look to upgrade to Ponga if you don't have him, but you should.
The other player I wanted to talk about was Easton Masters, who is now the third best centre, averaging 39, which is only just below Latrell, but he's 50k
right.
less. He hasn't scored a try yet either.
Yeah.
574, break even 25. What are your thoughts?
Well,
Kicking goals.
the goal kicking is a big plus for him.
Yep.
But like the score is what he's been getting is about it. He won't get better.
No,
His average isn't going to go higher than that. He's not going to.
yeah, I don't think so either.
And so you're basically seeing whether he can maintain that.
Yep.
And over the next 15, 16 weeks.
Yep.
Which is usually difficult for centres to have a full season where they average the same all the way through.
Yeah, so maybe, but probably not.
Yeah, if he scored more tries,
Yeah.
the Tigers don't look like scoring a lot of tries. They're more of a defensive team, so he's got to keep his offloads going, keep kicking goals.
Yep.
You could do worse, but I'm not really interested in buying centres at this time of year.
Yep. Cool. There was a question about him later. I'll ask it again later.
Well, I'll answer it again later.
Eisenhuth, he top scored last week with 68.
Yeah,
with
but
a
he shifts
try.
back to prop now.
Yeah, so I think his minutes will drop down a little bit there.
Unless Elijah Taylor gets another head knock in the first
There's
5
every
minutes.
chance. Has he got like 3 or 4 this year already? So, anyway. And Luke Brooks came back down with a 29 after a few good weeks.
Yeah, that's what you get with someone like Brooks.
Yeah, he's a no-go for mine. That's the Tigers.
It's funny how people stop talking about Origin for Brooks. Like 1 week. It's like, poor fella. Play a good game, and you're the best player in the world. Play a bad game.
Well, with
Not even bad, just a quiet game, and suddenly
you don't want to play
he's not mentioned.
Brooks and Maloney, I imagine. Or do you?
No, they had a thing in the paper of all the young guns in line for Origin, and in the halves it was
Okay.
Mitch Moses. And I was like,
Luke Brooks.
Mitch Moses and Luke
And Luke
Keary.
Oh, okay.
Luke Brooks didn't get a mention.
Oh, this is the most recent one.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Just going on current form. So whoever plays the best game right before Origin, probably get it. Anyway, who you going? Is that it for that night game?
Yeah, I think I'll go.
Warriors.
I'll go Warriors. Yeah, I think Sean Johnson back.
Oh, yeah. That's looking tasty.
Is it?
I don't know.
It's looking okay.
Yep. Hopefully Johnson can stay on the park for a little while too.
Yeah.
Be handy for everyone's got him.
The people have him.
Lions count does.
It's got to hold him for ages.
All right, let's move on to the Saturday night blockbuster. Sharks and Eagles.
Yeah. Sharks. Fecky's back in on the wing. Wade Graham's been named. So Dugan's out injured. Kurt Dillon got dropped, and they've shifted Holmes to fullback, and Sorensen's dropped back to the bench.
Yeah, so everyone's favourite Cashy back to the bench. So he got a 32 last week before getting knocked out. Looked pretty bad
It was
too.
fairly late. It was 75th minute or something, so it didn't really affect his points too much.
Yeah, that's right. So he's still got a negative 10 break
He
even.
caught one missed tackle for when he got knocked out, which is a bit harsh.
That's
but-
fair enough. It didn't hold on. Break even negative 10. For those just thinking of getting on.
No, don't.
It's a bit of a risk now, though.
Now there's a bench forward. He could come back into the starting lineup if they switch Capewell or if Graham doesn't get through his fitness test. But from the bench, you can't bring him in. He won't score enough.
Nah, not from the bench. But that's the thing. I think getting knocked out probably hurt his chances. I don't know if he can play on the right. I assume he can because he's not a kicker or anything. So
Yeah, but he may not. Obviously, people have a side that they're more comfortable on.
yeah. So anyway, because he's actually, I think he's a better player than Capewell.
Yeah,
But anyway,
everyone thinks that.
there might be a late change there. Who knows?
Could be.
Wait and see. If he starts, could be a buy because Luke Lewis is still out for 4 weeks, something like that. So anyway,
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of risk in that one.
yeah. So for those who of us who got Dugan last week, we are
One person got Dugan last week.
absolutely cursed. No, I wasn't the only one. There were plenty of celebs too. So, and we really should have known better. But serial injury getter. So he's a sell. I mean, you could hold him, but I probably wouldn't. Just sell. Just cut your
So
losses.
you're going to sell him straight away, in and out.
Well, I wouldn't have if he wasn't injured. But I probably will. I'll probably just get Latrell, I suppose.
It's pretty much the worst thing that could happen with trades when you bring him in, they get injured.
Yeah, that's fantasy though. I'm not too disappointed.
Yeah.
And it's not why I've got a red eye, but anyway. Gallon could be back in a couple of weeks. So Paulo, people talking about Paulo.
Yeah, Paulo,
You haven't got him already. Don't bother.
nah, he's doing all right. He's doing well, playing lock. Doing what you'd expect. Lock's always a good scoring position, but
Okay, yeah.
I wouldn't bring him in for like Gallon. Will be back soon, and it's Gallon's spot,
Yep.
and then he'll be back on the bench.
Probably
So-
should have talked about Capewell in the same sentence as Sorensen. So
Well, Capewell is like the Sharks version of Mitch Orbison,
yeah,
in that he can play everywhere, so he doesn't really get to play anywhere.
yeah. But if he holds his spot, he's 338k. If he holds that spot for 4 weeks, break even 6, I think he could possibly make 150k in those 4 weeks. But I wouldn't waste the trade. He's not. Nah, you only have to trade him back out. Because, like you said, he'll probably get moved around
Yeah.
after that. Fafita, excellent minutes. He's had excellent minutes all year, other than the injury.
Yeah.
I reckon 795k is probably he's on his way back up. I reckon he's a buy. His knees held up quite well in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He's taken on that big role in the pack.
He's fit, yeah. He's playing all right. He didn't really put on a big score last week, but I think the conditions might have affected
He started slow, but he
started really slow.
yeah, you were worried. But I think he's a buy. I think if you've got the money and you want a front row forward, he's a buy.
Yeah. Especially against the Eels middle forwards.
With no Nathan Brown. I haven't got anyone else to talk about
Yeah.
on the Sharks either. Oh, no, I did. Who's
Oh, well,
that?
just Val Holmes has shifted to fullback,
Oh, yeah.
so.
So you expect to see him back in the Spuds soon.
But yeah, I don't know if that fills anyone with hope, but yeah, it is what it is.
I did write Townsend. He's been fairly consistent, averaging 43. 611k. He's only had one bad game of 17, which was against the Dragons. So there's a little bit of value there, but probably not a keeper. So anyway,
No.
move on to Parramatta.
Parramatta, Williams is out, injured, obviously, and so Moroa comes back in on the edge.
Yep.
Yeah, coming off a couple of wins, all systems go.
Nathan Brown pushed back to round 12, I read.
Yeah,
So if you've held him this long, bad luck.
yeah, just keep holding him.
I reckon sell him. Round 12 is like 3 rounds away.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah, cut your losses. If you've got him, I don't know, get rid of him. Move on.
It's a disappointment, though, if you've held him this long.
Yeah, I know.
It's already been a few weeks.
That's probably cost you points as well.
Yeah.
He hasn't lost money in those weeks, so. And he's got because he's coming off a decent score, his last score, so. Anyway.
Yeah, I'd just hold him.
Manu, top score last week was 74. He's had a few good weeks strung together, but a couple of tries. Look elsewhere. Corey Norman. So Parramatta winning, coinciding with his good scores. Reckon he can keep it going?
No. He's always inconsistent.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to change.
Yep.
So-
Alvaro, he's been consistent. He doesn't need to
He
be
has.
winning. Yeah.
He's a little quiet achiever there.
710k, averaging 49.
It's all base stats too. It's
Yeah.
just all tackles and
Yeah.
runs. So he doesn't score huge.
Yep. Yeah, there's a
But-
bit of room for improvement if he does get a try as well. So you could do worse, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way that they're going now with Alvaro and Matangi in their forwards,
Yep.
they look better than they have in the first few rounds of the season. So he should keep his spot and keep his minutes. And so if you got him,
Oh, he's
how
almost
cheap is he? He's not that cheap.
710.
Oh, yeah. So I wouldn't probably spend that much on him.
He's underpriced if he averages 50, but not a whole heap.
He doesn't really. Well, the problem here with his scores, he's not getting huge scores. So if he does have a low scoring week,
Yeah.
it'll bring his average down. He doesn't really get the big scores to bring it up.
Was there an injury there last week? He played his most minutes last week too, 61 minutes.
Parramatta Eels, what happened? No.
No.
Just
Well, yeah.
Pritchard,
Yeah, I think
but that was late.
if he keeps getting 60 minutes, I reckon that's good. But I think he's been averaging like 50 minutes. So anyway,
Yeah.
move on. George Jennings. 47 last week was his best score. 339, break even 2, but no, not for me.
Yeah, if you got him,
Yeah.
like if you wanted him, you should have got him weeks ago.
Yeah, weeks ago. So I think he's just made his 100 plus K now. So
Yeah.
don't get him. Gutho, not at his best score. 22. Yeah.
He's not scoring a lot, is he?
No.
But they're playing much better with him there, and it's just attitude. So he's not really a fantasy option at all.
No, he's not going to be a
He's just a good
keeper.
bloke.
There's no value there. He's just a good bloke. Just like
Stick him
Fenson.
as a utility in your New South Wales Origin squad.
Let's have a good bloke team. Him and Fenson to start with.
Bloke off.
That's it for Parramatta.
Yeah.
Who you going?
Who?
Oh shit!
I don't see the Eels.
I'm actually
I
gonna.
I don't like the Sharks with Holmes at fullback, and
Yeah, they grinded out a win last week. I think I'm gonna go the Eels as well.
yeah, yuck. A lot of average games happening at the moment.
Let's move on to Sunday. Sunday looks much more promising.
Match of the round, I would think.
These two teams have played like early, like all season, so to see them on the Sunday is a bit different. And I agree, match of the round. Dragons, Storm.
One change to Dragons is Reece Robson named on the bench in place of
So he moved over from
Jacob Host.
from the Roosters of. You say Reece Robinson?
Reece Robson.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the Robson that used to play for Parramatta either.
Okay. So it's Dragons, sorry.
Yeah, he's base price, but don't bother.
There's only there's probably a couple of players I consider here. Maybe 3, possibly 4, but definitely Hunt.
Yeah, Ben Hunt's been in good form.
785, averaging 54, break even 26. If you're gonna get him this week, I reckon. If you didn't get him the last couple of weeks, a couple of good scores behind him.
Yep.
He's just behind SJ. Ryan Madison's actually number 2 now, and DC's number 3. Hunt's number 4, and the other one I'd be considering is McInnes. 770k, averaging 50. He's put back-to-back 60s, and he had the sin bin the week before, so he's
Yeah.
4th behind Cook, Smith, and Macca.
That's a problem. Everyone's got plenty of hookers already. So
Yeah.
you basically bring him on to one of your reserves on the bench.
Yeah,
And he'll put up keeper scores, but
yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of money when you usually got to fill up.
You're probably
Other
not,
forward
probably not
slots
at that
and stuff.
stage yet, but
Yeah.
but I'd be considering. JD Beads, maybe the 3rd one I'd be considering, but he's
He's the only forward I'd look at from their team.
791, which is quite expensive. Averaging 52. He's got a couple of good scores though. He's like 7th best. second row forward, 5th most expensive. Aiken's probably the 4th one, obviously the best centre, but
centres. Who wants to spend money on a
averaging
centre?
41. Yeah, he may be on his way down too, so probably get a bit cheaper.
He scored a lot of tries too, which he hasn't in the past.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he'll keep that going.
22 last week. He got 10 demerit points too. So anyway, I think he'll drop a little bit.
Yep.
The biggest ownership for the Dragons actually Widdop, just over 9%. He hasn't hit a 50 all year. He had that 199, but the rest have been 40 and below.
That's why everyone got on him.
That's why everyone got on him. If you've got him though, probably hold.
Yeah.
You've got him for that reason. So
But you're probably gonna have to upgrade him later in the year, I reckon.
he's lost 100 grand since then, so it's not great.
Yeah.
But
he's no Brodie Croft, but
you shouldn't have bought him, to be honest. And Duffy's second most with 8%, 530k. He got a 17 last week.
yeah, he's been a little disappointing.
The thing with him is he's posted a couple of big scores like every third week or so. So he's not actually losing money because that big score's offsetting the losses.
He has games where he does a lot, gets involved, and there's other games where you just don't see him.
So I don't think he's going to be a keeper, but I understand why people have held him because he's not actually lost money.
Yeah.
But I'd be looking for someone a bit more consistent.
Yeah.
Or just complete downgrade to like a Fanua and bank, 200-300k, whatever it is. So who could possibly average the same? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what's his break even now? 59? No?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, 59 now. So I think this is the week to sell him and
get off him.
upgrade or downgrade.
He's not scoring well enough.
Yep. Cool. Oh, Storm.
Vunivalu's back in. Dale Finucane's back in. Glasby is out injured, and Tonamapi has dropped out for obviously Vunivalu. There's some
Scott. Yeah.
injury concerns about Scott with his ankle.
Yeah.
Ankle was it? So Tonamapi could come straight back in for Curtis Scott, but it's a wait and see on what's going on there.
Christian Welch was a big story last week, but don't go chasing those points back in the front.
Well, Storm put on 50 points, so
I think everyone scored a try, didn't they, last week?
yeah.
It's got a break even -2, but don't bother.
Well, now that Finucane's back at lock, Welch will go back to the rotation of
You got
front row
lots
and-
of forwards on the bench.
Yeah.
Riley Jacks got 2 tries last week with 33 points.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Hope you didn't get on him. You shouldn't have. Some people did though.
No.
Josh Adokar, he keeps scoring doubles, 3 games in a row. 559 with a break even of -10. Would you chase? I wouldn't chase that.
I wouldn't chase it, no. I like Adokar. He's
Yeah.
in previous seasons he's been in my team when he was base price and that. But it's the same problem with all wingers. They're never consistent.
Yeah.
As long as he scores tries, it's all right. And with a break even that low, you'll get some cash out of him. But whether you get the scores you want, it's a mystery.
The games before where he got the tries, he ranged between 12 and 36. So if he has a run of those again, you're not going to make money anyway. So don't bother.
He's a handy player though to have in your team.
Cam Smith, 66, moved his way back up to like 6th best fantasy player overall.
Yeah.
And his price is on the increase now. So I reckon if you sold him 4 weeks ago, I think enough time has passed now. It's time to bury the hatchet.
Bring him back in.
Get him back in.
Yeah, you probably do have to.
Without a doubt, still among the elite.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Just put the embarrassment aside and get him back.
What about captaincy option? You look at him as a captaincy option again?
No. Yeah, I will, but I'll go Cook. I think Cook against... Who we say they were playing against? The Knights?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cook against the Knights is a good option this week.
Yep, fair enough.
That's all I got for the Storm.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They're going pretty well. I think I'd tip the Storm over the Dragons. Just not sold on them.
I don't know. Hey, I just don't like... yeah. Okay.
It's their biggest test of the year, obviously. And Storm are in really good form, so Storm for mine.
I'm going to go Dragons. Something different.
Dragons.
I don't know. I'll just go Dragons.
Sweet. Last game.
Last game of the round. Are you serious? Ooh, at Allianz too.
Yep.
The Roosters and Manly.
Yeah.
Manly play like every last game, don't they? I think.
Yeah, they've been playing late a lot.
Which is good if you got Croker. Anyway.
Not much to say
talk
about these
Roosters.
teams. They're both underperforming. Roosters are unchanged
Top score last
after
week.
coming off a horrible loss
Yeah, it
against
was
St.
Teddy.
George.
Teddy was sort of back to like his old, back to his old self
Because
rather.
they're playing shit though.
That's what I mean.
Why?
He's trying to spark something in an otherwise poor attacking team at the moment. So getting a few tackle busts and runs, he's having a crack, which is good, which is what we like to see. Latrell also, he's scored all their points the last
He'd
couple
be a
of games.
good player if they gave him the ball
Yeah.
just twice as many times.
Every time he gets the ball, it looks like he's threatening. So,
Yeah.
and against Manly this week, there's a good chance for him to go big. So he's averaging 40.6, break even of 40. No, I mean, it's not like he's going to make a heap of money, but if you've got someone like a Dugan in your team,
They should just give him the ball all day and tell him to run at Brian Kelly and it'd be sweet.
yeah, I'm going to get Latrell this week, I think.
Copy my team. That's all right.
Ryan Madison. Have you changed your thoughts on him yet?
No. Okay,
Bearing in mind, he hasn't scored a try for a few weeks.
he's playing very well.
Yeah.
He's dual positioning as a half as well, so that's always an upside. But he's an edge forward. The last 2 weeks, yeah, he didn't score a try, but he's had 66 tackles and 47 tackles, which is a lot for an edge forward because the Roosters are playing poor. They're running it Cronk all day. The middle forwards aren't doing enough, so guys like Madison are helping out with the tackling in the middle as well.
I'm laughing because you're very stubborn. But what if that's the Roosters now?
I'm a Roosters fan, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that he's playing this well, but I can't see him maintaining it for the whole season because I can't see the Roosters continuing to play this poor and not having some changes made.
Okay.
No,
Do you reckon he'll be one of the changes?
no, he won't be a change, but I mean, the way they play might
Yeah,
affect whether he
yeah.
can, because like he won't get that many tackles every week.
No, he won't. And I don't know. I still think. Who was it last year?
I think he's still good enough now to be a 50 average sort of player,
Well, that's good,
45 to 50.
especially if you picked him up at 700. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, true.
anyway,
but like if you start trying to bring him in now,
Nah,
hoping for
at
these
840,
60s,
Yeah.
he's only going to go down eventually.
But it was at Kafusi running off Cronk last year, and he was
Not
like
changing my mind
one
on
of the
Madison.
top try scoring forwards last year. So you know, I think he could be one of the top try scoring forwards this year too if they get their attack going.
No, I just don't see it.
And if
mate.
they don't,
I
he
just
can keep
don't.
making tackles.
Like I'm happy for him, but
No,
I
you're
just,
not. He's the fourth best fantasy player overall. It's terrible, absolutely terrible.
I'm not going to bring him into my
Second
team
best
at all
half.
this year.
Second overall.
I just don't think he'll maintain it for
All right, let's
the
move
whole
on.
season.
We're not going to change your mind on that. ZT, I'm only going to mention him because I know a couple of mates that brought him in, but I don't think he's taking advantage of his starting spot. So
No, he's just doing the same as usual.
a couple of errors last week, which
Yeah.
no good. So
What about Blake Ferguson? He's been
people all talking
the
about
pick
him.
of their backs in terms of running meters.
Yeah, I haven't
He's
got much
been
to say about Ferguson.
200 meters a game is
Yeah.
average, or just under 190 something, which is 20 points a game just from run meters.
How much is he? I don't have his stats on me.
He's not
I didn't write his stats.
worth
down 'cause
buying. I'm
'cause I
just
don't think he's
pointing it
worth
out.
buying.
He's
He's going okay.
yeah. If you
I
got
think-
him, he's doing all right. But
Yeah. And well,
that's another one. It's like stuff like that.
yeah.
The Roosters aren't really. There's a few guys carrying a lot of the team.
Yeah.
And until they fix it, they're going to keep losing.
They got the team. They've obviously got the team to
Yeah.
change it.
Frustrating. Frustrating.
Jake Friend played 80 minutes last week. Where did Radley play?
He came on as just like a back rower, like a lock sort of player, just around the middle.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah, I think whoever does the stats as well for fantasy can't tell Radley and Madison apart and just keep giving Madison points for Radley's tackles.
What are you talking about?
I'm just looking for excuses, mate.
All right, let's go. Let's just move on to Manly then.
Yeah, Manly got quite a few changes. Kroger's injured and Gajewski's out injured as well.
Cool.
So Winterstein comes in to the bench. Sean Lane starts on the edge. And Moses Sully comes in to centre with Dylan Walker going into the halves.
So it's about Maccas.
And Jackson Hastings is named in the reserve.
There's a lot of talk
and
about.
Is not going to play.
There is no way Barrett will play him and risk losing.
Well, it
his
just
game.
looks bad.
Yeah.
It just looks like you've just got no control over your whole team if you told a guy you're not playing anymore and then you bring him back 2 weeks later.
And they'll play the young. Well, they'll probably play it as it is if they can get Moses Sully to play. Dylan Walker in the halves. But they've also got another young right that can play.
Tom Wright.
Is it Tom Wright? Or, yeah. There's so many rights at the club. I don't know who's who.
Yeah.
There's no way they'll play Hastings.
No.
It'd be funny. It'd be funny if they did. But,
so don't bring him in if you got him. Don't get excited.
Who's that?
Hastings.
Dylan Walker. I don't know. Well, people are talking about Dylan Walker.
Dylan Walker in the halves hasn't been historically good either.
No, Dylan Walker just hasn't historically been.
He might get
ever.
involved more, but
I don't know. I think he's going to put out exactly what Croker put out.
yeah. Well, he's just going to be running it. He's not really going to be kicking it a lot.
Yeah.
It's good for Cherry Evans. He remains the only recognised half in the team, so
Yep.
kick meters galore.
Yep. It was DePau was the big talking point story last week. Talking point, rather. I think he played extra time too, extra 10, 15 minutes than he otherwise would. 758k. It's a pretty attractive price, I think. And I'd say yes if he was guaranteed 60 minutes, but I think he's only been playing 45, 50 minutes every other game. So.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be chasing that. That's what you get with Tapau, and I got him last year. And you take the good with the bad with the good, or whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to get him this week. But don't be surprised if he doesn't get another big score for another
Or get suspended.
10 weeks or so. So
The way Manly's luck is going, he's due for a suspension.
yep. Well, he's gotten rid of his game this year, hasn't he? He's looked a bit more.
I don't know if he's got rid of it, he just hasn't got suspended yet.
Okay.
It's hard to say you've got rid of something after 8 games.
Yeah. Oh, fair point. Fair point. All the faves bounced back last week. DCE, Turbo. All but Appy. He moved to 5'8" last week, didn't he?
Yeah, he covered some.
When, what's his name? Got done.
He's alright, he'll be fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about Appy. He didn't get all his tackles last week because he's...
Especially against the Roosters middle forwards this week, he'll get some run meters as well.
Okay.
That didn't happen.
So he's shedding cash at the moment. Should we wait?
It's up to you, mate.
So he's shedding cash at the moment, but I would
Edit it around.
not worry about it. I think he's averaging 45 to 50. He will still average 45 to 50 rather, if as long as Barrett keeps it at 9, which he will, I think. So
Yeah.
I hope he does shed a lot more cash. It might be worth it. There might be some value in him when he bottoms out. And the last player I wanted to talk about was Gajewski.
Yeah.
Broken hand.
Yeah, injured. So I'd hang on to him because
There's not that much money in him, is there? So,
no, it's not worth selling him.
Yeah.
His break even's fairly low still.
Yeah.
And once he's back from injury, I mean, the way their team's going, there's probably going to be a spot open for him.
Yeah, so Lane's taking his spot at the moment. He's 429k. He's coming off 57, which had a try. His break even's 10. Could be some value there if he plays 80. I assume he'll play 80 there.
Yeah.
But he played 80 there last year for a few games as well.
I don't know, with Frank Winterstein on the bench, I don't see it. I think Winterstein will come on and Lane will shift into the middle.
Okay. So he could still play 80?
Oh, sorry, yeah, but he could also
That's probably better for him if he does that.
That would be better, but he could also just not shift to the middle and then you'd hope for that to happen, but he could also just get benched.
Yeah. When he played on the edge last year, he was a bit average anyway, so Oh, it's a pass.
Well, the way their bench is set up now, Lloyd Perrott and Taniela Pasika aren't big minute players. So maybe Sean Lane does look alright. I wouldn't bring him in though.
Sorry, I was laughing at something else then. Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, I don't have much for Manly. They look horrible at the moment.
This should be a good game. Two teams with potential that are just horrible.
Yeah.
Going Roosters.
Yeah, I'm going Roosters.
Just because it's
I
a
have
home
to.
game. That's all.
There'll be no one in the crowd.
They don't like to turn out to the.
And Manly supporters don't travel, so
They don't leave the
especially when
comfort
their
of
team's playing so
northern
shit.
beaches.
So yeah, I think that's it.
Cool. Cross that out.
Yeah.
Well done.
Don't
Cool.
like 'em.
All right. Okay. Now we see the return of the Rayner's Read segment.
Rayner's Reads.
We've got some viewers' questions come in.
Okay.
So let's get through them. First one comes in from Jamie. He's looking to upgrade Hiku. Is Masters? What do you think about Masters as an option to upgrade?
Nah.
Short and sweet. Next question.
I just, like I said, I don't see the point of upgrading centres.
Not Hiku anyway.
Yeah, well, you're going to get, 10 points out of a trade.
Yeah.
And you could probably get more elsewhere.
Yep.
For the amount of cash you have to put into it,
Yeah, that's
it's not really worth it.
Oh, it's
And
only
if Hiku
100 grand.
finds form now that Sean Johnson's back, then
Yeah.
you may not even get that many points
Yep.
extra.
Hold Hiku. Don't upgrade to Masters.
Yeah, just hold Hiku.
Okay.
It's fine.
Next question comes in from Lewis. What do we do with Cam Murray?
Put him, leave him in your team. Don't sell him. Probably don't bring him in just now. Like wait and see what's happening next week with Burgess and that. But
Yeah, I think he's got Cam Murray.
just because
A
he
lot of
had
people held him.
he had a low score, one low score doesn't ruin the season. So just hang on to him and play him.
He wasn't
And,
losing. He didn't lose money last week,
no.
and his break even's not
Put him in your
massive.
17. He'll score right. So
Yep.
he'll be fine this week.
Don't worry. Wait and see though until when Burgess comes back.
Yep.
Looking to trade Kenner. Is Walker an option?
Which Walker? Cody Walker? Dylan Walker?
The one. I think he must be playing him in the centres. Dylan Walker.
He's an option, but with him shifting to the halves, I really don't know how he's going to score. So
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't do that trade.
Is Kenner a trade, or should we hold him for a couple of weeks?
How long is he out for?
Well, they reckon only 1 or 2 weeks now.
You could hold him, like he's not. But he's not really going to make heaps more money
There's
anyway.
a second part of this question. He's playing Asako and Kenner in the centres, so I imagine he probably doesn't even have backup.
If he doesn't have a centre, then you need to get a scorer on there.
So with Azarko and Kenner as your two running centres, which a lot of people are in the same situation, and with money in the bank, do we upgrade one of them to a keeper, or do we just go another cheapie?
There's no good cheap centres.
No, there's not.
There is no good cheap centres. That's why I wouldn't use a trade for centres unless you have to get a scorer on there. And in that case, you might as well bring in a good player with the hope that, like someone who you think will be a season-long keeper, one of the best 2 or 3 at the end of the season. That way you can bring him in, lock him in, and not have to worry about that spot in your team at all ever again.
Yeah.
That's the theory, until they get injured, and then you will. But so I'd be looking at guys like Latrell Mitchell, guys like Ewan Aitken, and who else is up there?
Well, Masters was third.
Yeah, so maybe Masters.
Oh,
as
Dugan.
well,
Was Dugan third? Don't look at Dugan now.
not injured guys, but
Yeah.
like if you need to get a scorer in your centres, then fair enough, put the money in there and lock one in. Myself, I've got Latrell Mitchell in my centres with Hiku. I'm not looking to touch that for most of the season.
I've got Hiku and I had Dugan, but I've also got Azarko and Kenner. So I could play Azarko
Yeah.
and use Dugan's money elsewhere, but I really I don't know. I think they're more 20-point players. I was
Yeah.
getting sick of it.
That's the problem with cheap backs.
Yeah.
Cheap wingers, they have potential to score big. They just don't seem to do it consistently enough to make money or to be played every week in your 17. So
I think Latrell's on the verge of just busting out some big scores too. Because, like you said before, provided he gets the ball, he looks dangerous every time. I am going to use the money in my centres and get Latrell.
Yeah,
And
he's twice the size of Brian Kelly, really.
Yeah.
He could palm him off 3 times and score a try.
Yeah. And
Just like,
I'll
give
keep
him the ball.
Asako on my bench. I'll get rid of Kenner. I think Kenner's a sell.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got all of them.
Yeah, you need a scorer in centres.
Okay, I hope we answered that.
Yeah.
And the last one. Oh no, that was. No, I think we stuffed that up. But anyway,
Doesn't matter.
Corey Oates versus Tommy Turbo in the wing fullback spot, or should we bite the bullet and pay top dollar for Ponga?
Well, if you don't have Ponga in the fullbacks, that's just do it. Just bring in Ponga. That's the first thing. If you have Ponga, or for some reason you can't afford him, maybe, and you're looking at Oates or Turbo, you got to stick with Turbo. Corey Oates has the problem of being a winger, where he gets a good score when he gets tries and tackle busts, but then he scores a 7 or a 14, and it can destroy your team. It's miserable when you check the scores and it's less than 10 and you played him in your team, so don't do that to yourself. So stick with fullbacks ahead of wingers for a start, and so you want Ponga first, and then if you don't, or you can't afford him or you don't want him, then someone like Turbo's fine.
Yeah, Turbo's still good.
Plus Manly aren't playing good at the moment and he's still scoring alright, so if Manly actually turn around, which I don't think they will, but there's potential for him to put up even bigger scores.
Yep. Cool. That was it for Rayner's reads. Who are you captaining this week?
I think Cook.
Yep, Cook for me.
Cam Smith's still another good option, especially against the Dragons, where they'll be up the middle a lot.
Yep. Ryan Madison against Manly. A couple of tries in him.
No. This will be the week that you see what happens when Roosters dominate a game.
I'm going to get you to turn by the end of the year.
Madison will score less than 50.
Still got, how many rounds have I got to change?
So I've got Madison under 50 this week, and I've got Tamalolo under 50.
I got Madison under 50 as well, to be honest, after saying all that.
Nice.
But I think Tamalolo will go between 80 and 100.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Is that it? Oh, we're going to look at matchups? Should we look at matchups?
Oh, you can quickly.
So we both had a win in our Viewers League. We actually play each other again in the Viewers League next week.
Yeah, that's why it's hard to get too excited.
And let's have a look at the matchups here. I have Adrian McMurray. He brought Dugan in last week as well.
I'm worried.
And you have the Shire squad, Steve Turner.
If I don't win that game, I'll be very upset.
He's got rampaging Payne Haas.
Yeah.
So, should we look at? I just want to have a quick look at the ladder so we can call out the leaders on that. Probably the same blokes. Oh, Paul Wickett's number 1 still. Well done, son. Going quite well. CK at number 2. We'll have to change that.
Yeah.
Nathan C. Warringah local, number 3. Lewis K. He signed with Leeds, going quite strong in this league as well. Dempsey's Dingbats at number 5. Michael Dempsey, I assume, going quite well, 5 and 2. And Adrian Murray, 5 and 2. Lone Scouts, 5 and 2. Then there's Robert D. On 4 and 3, and Robert F. Both of Roberts, 4 and 3.
We're just giving everyone a good head start before he chases down.
And then 10th and 11th, Fantasy Fruiter at Rayners Bludgers, 3 and 4. And then there's a few below us. Anyway, okay, let's quickly look at our other league, which is probably not interesting to anybody.
It's interesting to me.
Yeah, but we're not showing it on the screen or anything. I was saying before, I reckon you could go through the whole season undefeated now that you've played me. You got Lewis in a couple of weeks' time, I think.
Yeah, but
But
all right.
not a problem.
means I can cruise now and save some trades finally.
Self-destruct v. His sign with Leeds will be the match of the round this week. They're both. Are they both undefeated as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, so top of the table.
So I'll be top 2 next week at least.
You're playing the Stokinator.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's
sexy.
already in the bag, mate.
And I am playing Tiger Moon. Alan. He's more of an overall player, I think. He's got a lot.
That's what people say when they lose head-to-heads.
He's got a lot of players
And then people who are shit overall just say, "Oh, I'm playing head-to-head."
prepared for the bias. So
I'm just a head-to-head player. I don't even care. I'm just outside the top 1,000 though. So
yeah, so with our scores last week, we would have moved up. You moved up a fair bit. I moved up a fair bit.
could have gone so much further. Just bloody Ricky Stewart and bloody. Anyway,
I'm around 4,000th now, so not great, but anyway.
I'm
And
still a
your
good 250 behind first though.
points. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't make that up.
Yeah, you can.
How?
I don't know. Keep posting 900s because there were a few like 800s last week. So
Yeah, a lot of Power owners would have been cheering. That's
Yep.
a 300 points, but yeah, beyond that, it's all luck. There's no skill involved.
Alrighty, that's it. That's all.
Yep.
This has been long enough.
Long enough show.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We haven't got much room for anything else.
Shut up.
Should take that out. Should take that out.
I might not be here next week.
You're a fun guy.
That's enough. Cut that. That's the end.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We'll probably be back next week, if unless we've both got conjunctivitis.
Oh, don't come near you, mate. The end.